I'd like to quickly go over the supplies and glyphs used in rituals just to break these down and give you more of an idea of what all goes into rituals. As I've already covered what glyphs go into each ritual, I won't be talking about that any further here, and I'll only be covering what each glyph requires and specific ink costs. I'd like to start with light sources. In the last section, I mentioned that you can use light sources of any tier. There are 5 different light sources that you can use in rituals. The main difference in these is cost, which I won't cover here, as it just won't be accurate by the time you reference this video, and the durability. While durability of candles means you have to pair them less, I personally use the basic candles all the way from 1 to 99, and I'm still using them on my grind to 120, and will most likely use them on my grind to 200 mil, as stocking up on other candles just doesn't feel worth it. The 5 candle types are basic ritual candles, which have 6 durability, white candles, which have 9 durability, regular candles, 12 durability, greater ritual candles with 18 durability, and greater flaming skulls with 36 durability. Once again, the only difference in these is durability, so it's up to you if you feel like repairing candles or if you think it's not worth the time. Next, I'll be covering glyphs. I'm going to cover each glyph of both foundational and alteration with their level, materials needed, and durability. We'll begin with the foundational glyphs, as that's what you're going to be using for every ritual. Communion 1 requires 4 basic ghostly ink, has a durability of 6, and requires level 1 necromancy. Communion 2 requires 4 greater ghostly ink, has a durability of 12, and requires level 60 necromancy. Communion 3 requires 4 powerful ghostly ink, has a durability of 18, and requires level 90 necromancy. Elemental 1 requires 3 basic ghostly ink, has a durability of 6, and requires level 1 necromancy. Elemental 2 requires 3 regular and 2 basic ghostly inks, has a durability of 12, and requires level 60 necromancy. Elemental 3 requires 3 greater and 2 regular inks, has a durability of 18, and requires level 90 necromancy. Region 1 requires 2 basic inks, has a durability of 6, and requires level 5 necromancy. Region 2 requires 3 regular and 2 basic ghostly inks, has a durability of 12, and requires level 60 necromancy. Region 3 requires 2 greater and 3 regular inks, has a durability of 18, and requires level 90 necromancy. Change 1 requires 2 regular and 1 basic ink, has a durability of 6, and requires level 20 necromancy. Change 2 requires 2 greater and 1 regular ink, has a durability of 12, and requires level 60 necromancy. Change 3 requires 2 powerful and 1 greater ink, has a durability of 18, and requires level 95 necromancy. Those are the 4 types of foundational glyphs. Up next, I'll be looking at alteration glyphs. I'd like to mention that though you can boost for a high level glyph, it's not worth boosting for foundational glyphs, as you can't boost the ritual level, you can only boost to draw glyphs. In comparison, you can boost for alteration glyphs, as they are not required, and even a damaged alteration glyph with 0 durability will still allow you to do your ritual. Only required foundational glyphs are required to perform the ritual. So if you have one of these with a durability of 0, or one of your candles with a durability of 0, will not let you do the ritual. That means you do need to keep an eye on your alteration glyphs. When they are duller in color, you will still be able to perform the ritual, but you will no longer be getting the benefits of those. The alteration glyphs are Multiply 1, which requires 1 ectoplasm, 2 regular, and 1 basic ink, has a durability of 3, and requires level 30 necromancy. Multiply 2, which requires 1 ectoplasm, 2 regular ink, 2 basic ink, has a durability of 6, and requires level 66 necromancy. Multiply 3, which requires 2 ectoplasm, 2 powerful, and 2 greater ink, has a durability of 9, and requires level 103 necromancy. Protection 1 which requires 1 ectoplasm, 2 regular, 1 basic ink, has a durability of 3, requires level 36 Necromancy. Protection 3, which requires 2 ectoplasm, 2 powerful, and 2 greater inks, has a durability of 9, and requires level 101 Necromancy. Speed 1, which requires 1 ectoplasm, 2 regular, 1 basic ink, has a durability of 3, and requires level 45 Necromancy. Speed 2, which requires 1 ectoplasm, 2 greater, 2 regular inks, has a durability of 6, and requires level 81 Necromancy. Speed 3, which requires 2 ectoplasm, 2 powerful, 2 greater ink, has a durability of 9, and requires level 102 Necromancy. Attraction 1, which requires 1 ectoplasm, 2 regular, 2 basic ink, has a durability of 3, requires level 61 Necromancy. Attraction 2, which requires 1 ectoplasm, 2 powerful, 1 greater, ghostly ink, has durability of 6, and requires level 95 Necromancy. Attraction 3, which requires 2 ectoplasm, 2 powerful, 2 greater, ghostly inks, has durability of 9, and requires level 107 Necromancy. It is worth noting at the time of writing this, the protection glyphs are absolutely useless. It's believed that disturbances used to damage your glyphs and candles, but they do not currently. So using protection glyphs waste supplies and XP, as you'll not get as many disturbances, which is the majority of XP during rituals. I'm going to be breaking down what each of these alteration glyphs does very briefly. Multiply glyphs increase ritual output, which means that they are good for when you want to use less materials and get a higher output. They're particularly useful for communion and also in soul, as you don't want to be doing those for a super long time. Protection glyphs are useless. Speed glyphs increase the rate at which the bar at the top drains, so you'll perform rituals just a little bit faster. It is worth noting that speeding up the rituals greatly will decrease the amount of disturbances that you get. So you don't want to rapidly speed up rituals if you're looking for XP. Speed 2 is good, but you only need 1 of those. And then attraction rituals, they increase the soul attraction, which means that you'll have access to higher level disturbances, which give more XP. I'll talk about disturbances later in this video, so I'm not going to cover them too much right now. But I will say that lower rituals are capped out at which disturbances they can get, so you'll never get a defile from a tier 1 ritual. And that covers all the glyphs and requirements for each glyph.